back to Clash of Cultures. As we continue along our 2023 college football preview series, today we're going to take a look at the most impactful transfers of this offseason. Just kind of breaking down each of our four most impactful transfers heading into the year and for their new team and kind of the production that they bring to their new team. But with all that being said, before we get into the football conversation, as always, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be giving away another Heisman signed jersey. We also are going to be doing our first live stream in 10 days, so make sure you guys stick around for that. The season is 3 weeks away. It's going to be super fun. We're going to be doing 2 live streams a week, previewing and recapping games, so make sure you guys are kind of here rocking with us as fan interaction is going to be the most important for those live streams. It's going to be really fun. But with all that being said, Dad, who is your first? We'll go 4 to 1. So who is your fourth most impactful transfer?
All right, if I had to go fourth most impactful, I'm going to go Travis Hunter. Obviously the corner / wide receiver for Colorado. Again, number 1 recruit, 2 years ago now. A guy that obviously we didn't get to see a lot of last year while at Jackson State due to his injury, fighting injuries all year. The word is he's 100%, and the word is he is different. So a guy that we are probably going to see go both ways. Seems to be just in whatever position you put him in, a lockdown corner and a top wide receiver. Again, I think we both believe Colorado's going to have some struggles. But if they have any success, they're going to need Travis Hunter to be a dog, to be that guy, to be a lockdown corner. And if he can do that, which I think he has the ability to, we may be on to something here.
So that was your number 4. My number 4, I don't even have it in order, but I'll say my number 4 is going to be, I'll go with Keon Coleman from Florida State. Is he on your list?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the one person on this list that I thought that you would have, but I don't think you have the other 3. Okay. So with Keon Coleman, obviously the reason why I have him as a big transfer for Florida State is he brings that kind of go-to guy for Jordan Travis. They don't really have that outside weapon. And I think Jordan Travis is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. I think Florida State is one of the best teams in college football. When you add in a dynamic receiver like Keon Coleman, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6'4", 215 pounds, it just brings that threat to the outside. I think it's going to be able to kind of make every defense respect the pass game more. Obviously, you have Trey Benson. And then you have the other running back name. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because I know I'm going to butcher it. But you have 2 good running backs in the backfield. Then you bring in Keon Coleman. I think that just further helps your offense, the firepower that Jordan Travis will have, take the weight off his shoulders a little bit. We saw him kind of have miracle work in a lot of the games last year. So I think this kind of helps him in that regard. So I did go Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I mean, just to tag on to the Keon Coleman. You mix that with Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson's how tall?
I think he's like 6'7".
6'7", and then you got a 6'4" receiver. Who's guarding these guys? This is just throw it up, and obviously that's not factual, but oh my god, this has to be one of the biggest receiving cores in college football history. Really, a 6'7" guy and a 6'4" guy, and Keon Coleman came from not necessarily a pass-happy offense to a team that I think is going to be putting the ball up. Yeah, so I think he is going to be big for Florida State this year.
Who's your number 3?
Well, it probably makes sense. I've done 2. It probably makes sense for you to do another one.
Okay, so my number 3, if you have this guy, I'd be very surprised. This is where I have Bear Alexander.
Okay, no, I do not have him.
So yeah, I think he had to be on this list with how poor the USC defense was last year. I think Bear Alexander helps that tremendously. 6'4", damn near 350 pounds, a beast in the run stopping portion of the defense. But I think he can pass rush as well. Just a physical specimen for him. They obviously got like 6 or 7 transfers on the defense side of the ball, but I think this was the most important for them. He's the biggest name for sure. He was kind of a late addition from Georgia over to USC. So I think that helps Alex Grinch in this defense a lot. Obviously, they were able to score the ball with anybody last year, but defensively, they were terrible. So I think Bear Alexander, along with all the other guys, if I had to choose one, I chose Bear Alexander to be my number 3.
All right, my number 2 is also from USC, but on the other side of the ball, Dorian Singer. You obviously USC is going to throw the ball. Caleb Williams had 4,500 yards passing last year. You bring back three of your top four receivers, but you lost your number one guy. You lost Jordan Addison. So you bring back Taj Washington, Mario Williams, and Brendan Rice. But I think Dorian Singer is going to be the number one receiver for USC. So as Steven talks about USC possibly having the number one receiving core, I think that's taken into account Dorian Singer, an 1,000-yard receiver last year for Arizona, 6 touchdowns, and really one of the only offensive weapons that Arizona team had besides Delora. So you put him on a USC team with very capable wide receivers, a very capable quarterback, and I think he is going to blow up. I think we may be in Blitnikoff conversation late in the year with him. Again, not saying he's going to win it, but I think he's going to be a true number one for that USC team.
Alrighty. So my number 2 is another Florida State guy, another transfer to Florida State. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Fentrell Cypress.
Okay.
He's a corner out of Virginia. I think so. I wasn't very high on him. Those of you guys who've been here for a while, we used to do like top 5 basketball rankings. We did hip hop. We did a bunch of stuff. There was a guy named Christian on the show, one of my closest friends. He's a big Florida State fan. We actually talked about Cypress, and he thinks that Cypress is going to be the real deal. I watched some of his tape. I think he's going to be good. I went back and forth between Cypress and Jaheim Bell. I personally think Florida State won the transfer portal because, I mean, like I said, you bring over Keon Coleman, Cypress, and Jaheim Bell, who are all significant starting caliber players. I think Cypress makes an immediate impact in the back end for Florida State. Obviously, Florida State is in a conference with a lot of good quarterbacks. Obviously, with Cade Klubnik, Drake May, you have Riley Leonard, you have Tyler Van Dyke. There's a lot of good quarterbacks. So I think having good defensive backs to cover those receivers, slow down these quarterbacks you're going against, I think it only further helps. Obviously, they're playing LSU and Jaden Daniels in week 1. So that one's going to be a good one as well. But I think Cypress makes an immediate impact. He's coming over from a smaller school in Virginia, so he'll be able to kind of showcase his talent on more of a brighter stage with the Seminoles. Seminoles are known to have, quality DBs with Ramses, with Asante Samuel Jr.'s, Derwin James, Xavier Rhodes. So they've been putting in DBs in the league, not at the same level as Ohio State or of LSU, but Florida State is right behind them. So I think Cypress is the next guy up for them, and I expect him to have a kind of a breakout year and an immediate impact for them.
Hey, I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but as you name them Florida State DBs, maybe Florida State doesn't get enough love in that DBU conversation. But
it's hard. It's hard though. They don't have that many though. That's the only thing. They don't have as many as the others.
All right. I think this is my last, right?
Yes, your last one.
So my last is Carson Steele from Ball State. Went for over 1,500 yards last year, replacing Jacques Charbonnet at UCLA. This is a guy who went for almost 4. What?
When you said his name, the crazy part is I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, the running back from UCLA, but you were saying it in the video. And do you remember that dude who was like the Crip?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he was on your ass, dog. He was like saying how you don't know how to pronounce his name. You're immediately not incredible.
Zach, you know who I'm talking about. The 1,300-yard running back. What?
I dropped my light. My light dropped.
Oh, I can see it got dark over there all of a sudden.
Yeah,
like it's nighttime.
Keep talking. You good?
But this man had left.
You good.
Technical difficulties. All right, but Zach Charbonnet, he's replacing Zach Charbonnet, who went for 1,300 yards. Obviously, UCLA is going to run the ball, especially if we're talking about a freshman in that quarterback position. And Carson Steele seemed to show at Ball State. Now, again, it is a step up in talent. But if UCLA is going to have any success this year, they are going to need to replace the production of Charbonnet. And I think Carson Steele is the guy to do it. And if his name ain't Charbonnet, well, I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm calling him, Charbonnet.
That is our.
Wait, you didn't do yours. You didn't do your last one.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, my number 1 is Sam Hartman. That it's a pretty easy one.
I just was going to end the video.
Well, to me, I feel like if this guy isn't your number 1 on the list, then something's wrong.
So I did have Sam Hartman. I took him off.
He did. He took him off. Would he have been your number 1?
Yes, he was my number 1.
Okay.
He's the first person I thought of.
Yeah, to me, he has to be on this list, given that, I mean, we talked about Notre Dame so much. I think they are a very complete team. And when you add a top 5 quarterback in college football, a guy who holds multiple ACC records at a smaller school, nonetheless, I think it helps out tremendously. Obviously, play USC, Clemson, Ohio State, so we'll see how he is against those guys. He's been playing Clemson his whole career. And like I said, last time we talked about it, he threw for 6 touchdowns against us last year. So there's no doubt in my mind that at Notre Dame, he'll be in better situation. So he'll be able to perform just as good, if not better. Just have to see how he meshes with that offense. But I expect him to have a crazy year this year. I expect Notre Dame to have a good season. And I mean, we'll just have to see. But like I said, that is our transfer rankings, our transfer most impactful transfers this year. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. If you guys agree, disagree, if there's somebody we didn't name. Obviously, I didn't name DJ. I feel like I talk about him too much, so I didn't name him. And I'll just talk about him at the end of the year if he has a good year. He's not gonna make me look stupid again the second year. But yeah, as always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, join the Pick'em in the description below. Our live shows start in 10 days. We're gonna keep talking about that, keep beating that drum because it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be super fun. A lot of you guys who have found the channel within like the last month or so, you guys comment on almost every video. And it's going to be fun just to see you guys all in the same space at once, because obviously you guys are commenting at separate times, and some of you guys be button heads, or I go at it with you guys a lot of times. So it's going to be fun, and we'll be able to make fun of our mispronouncing names. Dad, before we leave, make sure you go check out yesterday's video. Look at the comment section. Either yesterday or the day before, a guy was like, "Yo, your dad cannot pronounce names." He'd be killing me. But that's gonna be super fun. We will see you guys tomorrow. As always, thank you guys so much for your support. Peace out.